Depending on who you ask, they'll tell you I'm a legend. From YO to the Veil to the Mongo spot on Creston. Always been 1,000, never ever been a lame. Lay a nigga down for these 3 letters on my chain.
Peace, y'all. We're shaking with it, man. You already know how it's going down. This is your dog, your boy, J Hood and all that. And you are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Tales from the Hood blog series, man. Stop what you're doing right now. Go run me up. Stream all of my projects. Everything is available on all digital streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, iTunes, and wherever else you get your music at. Just go grab it up. Definitely appreciate you for supporting the kid. And you already know, man. While you at it, I need you to also make sure that you follow my new Instagram account at RealJHood_, and that name should be located at the bottom right-hand corner of this video, just in case you forget, just in case you loud it up, you've been smoking and all that. Look, all you gotta do is look right here, and the @ name is right here, so follow me, man. Also, if you ever want to donate to the channel, I'm talking about anything, man. A way for you to do so is also located at the bottom right-hand corner of this video, my cash tag for Cash App, and a way for you to PayPal me is also right here, all right? So if you ever want to do that, the info is right there, all right? With that being said, let's get into today's episode. What we're going to talk about today is the time that I signed my second record deal, all right? Now, the other day I did an episode talking to you guys about the first deal that I signed. So I wanted this to be like a continuation of that video, right? Now, I think I was about 19 or 20 when we signed this deal. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty much sure I was 19, right? I mean, whatever, 19, 20, same shit. So anyway, we signed this deal with Koch, right? Koch was a major independent record company. And not just a major independent record company, it was the biggest independent record company at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that was successful in the independent game, as far as record labels goes, they was more than likely signed to Koch. You had multiple different artists that were over there. You had Jim Jones. Dipset had multiple different deals over there. You had Cormega and a list of other different artists. They was just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting money with Koch. So it was like a thing to be able to land a deal with them. So like I was also telling you guys on the other video, Luch had talked me into, you know, signing with Koch, because the deal that they presented to us was basically structured the same way that the deal with Universal was structured. It was for a Chic album and a Hood album. But the only difference with this deal was they wanted a DVD to go with the 2 albums. So they packaged it up with a three project package. You feel me? Like, the DVD actually came out. Jordan Towers shot the whole DVD, and he shot a couple of videos for us off of that DVD. So I know if you really follow D-Block, you guys know what I'm talking about, and you've been peeped that, right? Now, when we signed this deal, my budget, being that it was on an independent record label, was for $200,000, right? So they gave me $200,000 to create, record, and promote the album. My advance was $20,000, right? So again, the way that I got that $20,000 was in increments, due to the fact that I had this accountant, which I had no business having, because I could have managed 20 grand myself, but I had an accountant, so, you know, he wasn't letting me take out but a certain amount each time that I withdrew funds, which I was telling you guys about, you know, in the other video. Sheik ended up coming out with his album. My album never got released on Koch, right? Now, my $20,000 advance that I got, I didn't get it like immediately after signing my deal, you know, like you're initially supposed to. Not immediately. When I say immediately, I mean like weeks after. Could be 3 weeks, could be 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get it during that time. I didn't get my advance until like a month after I signed, because, you know, one of the CEOs borrowed the same amount of funds that my advance was for. They borrowed it out of the company account. So I had to wait until they replaced it for me to get my advance. So like I explained before on a couple of more interviews, unfortunately, while I was waiting on my advance, my crib burned down. You know what I'm saying? While I was living with my mom. I was living with my mom. I was helping out. You know, she wasn't in the best condition as far as health goes. I was assisting with my little sister, my younger sister actually, who has autism. So it was like a collection of a lot of different things while I was still with my mom's. But basically more so just to assist her. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, our crib burned down. And when it burned down, it finally took that for my funds to be released, because I got my money probably about a week and a half to 2 weeks after that. So, you know, if you know anything about money, you know 20 grand, it might sound like a lot to some people, but it's really not a lot. Especially like I was saying, when you're getting it in increments. My mom and them was put up in a hotel until the situation got sorted out, until she found a spot. So once she found a spot, I got her in a spot. I paid for her to get placed in a new apartment. I furnished the apartment. You know, I gave her a couple dollars. I gave my family a couple dollars. And I did a couple of other things with the rest of the money that I had. So after a minute, that little 20 was gone. You feel me? Like, especially because I just experienced the situation that I experienced as far as the fire and having to replace everything. So it kind of, it went. Now, what's so crazy about that dub was, not too long after the dub, that's when I went down to the label with a friend of mine, and I found out about the $60,000 being cut on behalf of me, because someone went down there and told them about my situation as far as my crib burning down, and said that I need some type of assistance. So according to Alan Grumpler, who was the general manager at Koch at that time, he said after hearing that, he personally cut a $60,000 check. They give to them to give to me to help out. But I never received that money, not a dime from it. You know what I'm saying? And it was only 2 to 3 people that had the power to sign the signature and get the funds released on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? And I know who those 3 people are, but I'm not going to name them right now. I'm just giving you a little bit of context. So I never got that 60. My budget, to my knowledge, wasn't cracked at that time. But unfortunately, I found out that it actually had been cracked, and there was 10 to 15,000 missing out of it. On top of my advance, so it was just like a sticky situation, man. You feel me? So I'm gonna leave it right there for today. I'll pick up on this on another episode, but I need you guys to drop a comment, like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Check out my last video. Make sure you check out my next video. Follow me on Instagram at RoJHood_. It's right there. Until next time.